Here we go. Hey, hey. Oh, now Cha-Cha Charlie is in the building.
Hey. There you go.
Let me see it.
Hey.
There we go. It's Cha-Cha time.
Cha-cha, baby.
It's official.
Hey. I love it.
Meet Cha-Cha Charlie, a dynamic Dominican professional wrestler.
A franchise in the air! Mango Splash!
He's a talented athlete bringing lots of passion and energy to the ring.
Stay tuned as he shares his journey and stories on today's episode.
When you first got that opportunity, how old were you?
I was 30.
30.
Yeah.
Which that's not like early in life.
No, that's late.
You know?
That's actually late. The hat is everything. If I hit you with the Mango Splash with the hat on, there's no kicking out. 1, 2, 3, game over.
And for the listeners who don't know what Mango is, explain to them what Mango is.
Mango. So it's a...
What does the nutritional plan look like for Cha-Cha Charlie?
I try to eat good, but at the end of the day, I can't tell my mom I'm not going to eat her food.
No.
She'll hit me with the chancleta.
For real.
The Rock's dad, Rocky Johnson, was one of my trainers as well.
Where did the name Cha-Cha Charlie come from? Welcome to another episode of a Healthy Point of View podcast. Today we have a new guest, man. This is a little bit different. This is not one of our PhDs or MDs. He comes with an expertise in a whole different other area. And I think a lot of people are going to relate to this because he's made some adjustments in his life and just switched it up to be able to fulfill some of his dreams. And today, who we have Byron, right? Byron, he doesn't go by Byron. What he goes by is Cha-Cha Charlie.
Yeah.
Welcome, Cha-Cha Charlie.
Thank you for having me. But yeah, you called me Byron. Byron, hold on. It doesn't feel right.
And as a matter of fact, we got to have a better entrance in this.
Yeah,
man.
we gotta do a full introduction because right now I don't have my signature hat on, but we're gonna go ahead and do it.
Let's do it.
And let's get the right introduction. Here we go. Hey. Oh, now Cha-Cha Charlie is in the building. Hey.
There you go.
Let me see it.
Hey.
There we go. It's Cha-Cha time.
Cha-Cha time, baby.
It's official.
Hey, I love it. And for those of you guys who don't know, this is uno de lo mío, right?
Ya tú sabes, ¿qué lo que?
The República Dominicana. So he's Dominican. And Cha-Cha Charlie, he is doing a lot of great stuff for the people, for the kids, right? Doing professional wrestling. So, and I've never had a professional wrestler here on the podcast, but
I feel honored, man. Thank you.
Dude, there's a lot that you guys go through as professional wrestlers that people have to understand. There's a very important part for health and wellness, right? Mindset and everything else. And you've done certain things, man. And you know, I came across your page. I saw that video that went viral, and I saw that you were Dominican and you're here in the Miami area. I says, man, I got to reach out to him. We got to bring him on the podcast. So let's talk about it, man.
Yeah, you reached out to me. We made this happen. I'm happy to be here. Thank you for having me. And yeah, I have a big passion for wrestling. Wrestling is in my blood. My uncle was a wrestler in the Dominican Republic. He used to wrestle against Jack Veneno. My uncle's name was La Momia de Santiago. And that's, I think, where it comes from. You know, it's a part of my blood. I want to say I'm a second-generation wrestler. I've been wrestling for 10 years now. If I would have done it younger, I would have done it. But the opportunity presented itself, right time. It came late, but the time is here, and now I'm running with it, and I'm doing everything possible.
So let's talk about that opportunity, man. Is when you first got that opportunity, how old were you?
I was 30.
30,
Yeah.
which that's not like early in life.
No, that's late.
You know?
That's actually late.
And you're already working your full-time job, doing the insurance game, right?
Yeah.
Selling life insurance, selling property insurance, all kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
With the family. And then all of a sudden, this opportunity came. How did this opportunity come about?
So I love wrestling. One of my friends, I didn't know like independent wrestling was a real thing. And then my friend Jack Covington, Ace Mayhem, I saw him doing the independent wrestling, and I was like, wow, man, that's awesome, man. How could I get involved? What could I do? I went to school for film production. So I went up to the owner at the time, Pablo Marquez and Dan Ackerman. Um, I offered them my service. I'm like, let me do your videos. And that's how it started. When I was in the ring, I was filming Carlito, Caribbean Cool. I was, filming all these cool guys that I grew up watching. And I was like, man, I wish I could be there. I think I could be there. I think I could do the same thing that they're doing. And then, I asked Pablo and Dan to teach me how to wrestle, and we could work it out. And then the magic just happened. Cha Cha Charlie happened. The fans resonated with my character, and it was magic for me.
And now you're here,
Yeah,
man.
yeah. Now
Now
I'm
you're
here.
Yeah, that's amazing. And you said your uncle was wrestling, a pro wrestler in Dominican Republic.
Yeah.
So you grew up watching him.
Yeah, yeah. So I
Wow.
grew up watching my uncle. He passed away, but when I was a little kid, I was watching him wrestling in the Dominican Republic. He came out here, started wrestling in New York City, in the Bronx, and yeah, I mean Jack Veneno is the number one Dominican wrestler. He's the Dominican legend. He's our Hulk Hogan. He's our John Cena. So hopefully I could carry the torch to be the next big Dominican wrestler out there.
I
right
love
now.
it. I love it. I don't think there's that many out there.
No,
right?
no, there's not many. I mean, there's a lot. There's a lot of Dominican wrestlers out there, but none of them are doing it like me right
No,
now.
right,
so.
right. I love that, though. I love it. I love it. What leagues are you in? Like, who are you wrestling for? What events have you done? Just so the listeners and viewers can kind of understand what you've been doing.
So I started with Coastal Championship Wrestling (CCW). That's my home turf. There's a school out here in Fort Lauderdale. If you want to become a wrestler, CCW is where to go. That's my main promotion, but I'm an independent contractor right now. So I wrestle for many promotion. Right deal, right time. I'm willing to do it. BRCW, Boca Raton Championship Wrestling is another one. IWA Florida, Colossal Championship Wrestling in New York City. There's a whole bunch. Some of the big stuff that I've done, I worked for AEW. When they came out here in Fort Lauderdale, they went to where the Panthers play.
Okay.
And the funny story on this one, I was just a guy that was supposed to get beat up. I come out during commercial break. I go to the ring, and then the crowd just starts noticing me. They're like, "Oh, that's Cha Cha, Cha Cha, Cha Cha."
Okay.
By the time I hit the ring, the whole stadium is saying my name. That was not supposed to happen.
Wow.
Because the limelight was on the other guys. It was on Dustin Rhodes, and Keith Lee, which they're super popular guys. But yeah, I'm in the ring. The crowd starts chanting "Cha Cha Cha Cha." The referee goes, "Oh my God, you're over," meaning that I'm popular. I'm like, "This is my hometown. It's not a big deal." And then the referee goes, "Aren't you supposed to be a bad guy?" I mean, the announcer goes, "Aren't you supposed to be a bad guy?" I'm like, "What you want me to do? You want me to tell them to go to hell?" But then yeah. When it was my turn to wrestle, I get the tag. And then when I get the tag, I was going to go up against Keith Lee at that moment. And then the crowd just starts chanting my name even more on national TV. That was one of the best experiences I ever had because, I was not expecting that.
No, it's a
big pop.
motivation
Yeah,
factor,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
You feel it. The energy is going crazy.
The energy,
in that stadium.
Getting a pop, meaning the crowd is cheering for me when technically that was not supposed to happen. And
So let me ask you this about the wrestling because I don't understand how wrestling works. Now, other fighting, boxing and stuff, there's certain contracts that are produced before you go out. Is there a contract, like when you're saying, oh, I'm the guy who's supposed to get beat up, is there like a contract initially where it's like, hey, you're coming here to fight to get beat up?
yeah, it's a show at the end of the day. It's choreographed wrestling. The term that I hate the most is when people say it's fake. There's nothing fake about this. You're putting your life on the line. Your body's getting thrown around, and that ring is not soft like everyone thinks. It's not a trampoline. It's like a boxing ring. It's wood, one foam piece, and a mattress. At the end of the day, to get thrown around for 15 or 20 minutes, you're taking a toll on your body that
That's a
day.
beating.
It's
Yeah.
a beating. And imagine doing it almost every day, doing it every weekend. three to four times a week. It does take a toll on your body at the end of the day.
So you're saying when you see guys up there bleeding, that's real blood?
Yeah, the blood is real.
Okay.
The blood is real. Again, it's choreographed. It's a show, but at the end of the day, we are beating each other up. We are trying to hit each other as hard as possible to show the crowd that this it's a fight at the end of the day, and we're gonna put our body on the line to entertain everyone's watching.
Wow.
Yeah.
So okay, you putting your body on the line. So that this takes some training, right?
Yeah.
There's a training component. There's a recovery component. And when I was watching your documentary that's online, that everybody needs to watch this because it's a fantastic video about yourself. I saw some videos of you at a younger age, like fighting on the street.
Yeah.
Right. So what was that all about? Because that's not wrestling. That was boxing.
No. So I love fighting. I love everything. UFC, MMA, boxing.
You've trained in all of those?
I did a little bit of training on every little bit of everything. But the videos that they were talking about back in the days, New York City. I was a teen. I was, it was a rough neighborhood, Washington Heights. De lo mío, ya tú sabes.
You already know.
That's where all the Dominicans are at.
Yeah. My grandmother lived off of 187th.
Yeah, there you go.
Years, almost like 30 plus years. Yeah.
I grew up on 191st Street, St. Nicholas. So at that time, I was always like, I always wanted to be on the limelight. I always wanted to do stuff to entertain people. So I started my own public access show. And then what I would do is me and my friends, we would get a crowd going, and then we would just box each other in the streets, and just entertain everybody, and then put it on TV the next day.
Wow.
And since I was the one doing it, I was like, nah, I'm gonna be involved too. I want to fight.
The entertainment was nonstop. Since a young age. It reminds me of like Jorge Masvidal, Kimbo Slice, all these guys down here in Miami. They used to do the backyard fighting.
Similar.
Yeah.
So I was doing the same thing. But in New York City, and this is before YouTube, before the big social medias. Again, we had public access at that time, and so we were doing it and putting it on the local networks in New York City at that time.
Nice, that's amazing. Yeah. So the training component of it, of what you do now, because obviously you got a family, you got a regular job as well, right? How is that training, and how do you allocate the time? Because there's got to be a work-life balance here with everything that you got going on.
Yeah, no, it's not easy. I got to pay the bills. I got to take care of my son. My son has autism. He's the reason I'm doing all this. Then I got to train. I got to train at the school. Make sure I'm doing everything good when it comes to wrestling. Besides that, I got to work out. I got to work out constantly to be in ring shape, to have the body, to look like a wrestler, and
right,
and also for my body to take the pain and everything that's going on.
Yeah.
You have to train. You're not training, you get weak, and you don't want to get weak out there.
Well, that's going to cause injuries and stuff if you're too weak. So that training, when you go to the school and train, what does that training consist of? Are you actually going in there with other people?
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a school. Again, Coastal Championship Wrestling is the main training facility. So if you want to be a wrestler, that's the place to go. They have classes there Monday through Thursdays. With lead head trainer Gangrel, who's a WWE legend. You could you have to train. You have to train.
Is that training a little bit like a little bit of acting and also fighting?
They teach you everything.
Everything. So even like when you got to grab the chair and smack somebody with the chair, that's part of the training.
That's part of the training.
Wow.
If you just want to be a commentator, if you want to be a referee, you have to go through everything to know what's actually happening in the ring.
Okay.
So even the referees, they have to go through the training.
Actually get in there and fight also.
Fight.
Wow.
For they can understand what we're going through, and because the referee's there to be the referee, but they're also our guide. They're there watching. They're making sure we're on time. But they're part of the whole segment that we're doing.
Right. How long you train for when you go to the school?
It's 3 hours maybe.
3 hours.
Yeah,
non-stop.
3 hours.
So you get exhausted after
that.
Yeah.
Now that I've been there for a long time, I'm smarter on the way I train, because I'm consistently now wrestling every weekend, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So you just got to be smart and know what you're doing because again, you don't want to get injured on something stupid, something like in training, doing something that you're not supposed to be doing.
Right.
Because at the end of the day, you got the big show coming, and that's where it's at.
Right. Right.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You got to make sure you're good for that.
Yeah, exactly.
So what does the nutritional plan look like for Cha Cha Charlie?
Well,
Don't tell me mango and chimichurri. You know,
yeah, it's hard to let that go. With my mom being Dominican, that she cooks like a Dominican. The mango, the arroz con bichuela, the salami, los tres golpes, all that good stuff. Me, I don't eat it too like heavy. I try to eat, good. But at the end of the day, I can't tell my mom I'm not gonna eat her food. She'll hit me with the chancleta.
For real.
Yeah.
So okay, so you got your regiments in place, and when you decided to make this transition, to actually fulfill this goal, this dream of yours at age 30. What was going through your mind at that point in time when this opportunity presented itself? Did you question it, or were you just like, I'm gonna do it?
I saw what it was, and I was instantly in love with it. My son was just born as well, so he was like my motivation. When he was born, he was my motivation. I saw what he was going through, and I just wanted to give him something to have his dad proud of.
Absolutely.
And that was always the main thing. But yeah, no, I wanted to do it. I saw I had something with Cha Cha Charlie. The fans were just they loved it. They resonated with me. Instantly they were on my side, and now I was like, I have something here. Let me run with it. Let me see where it goes. And it just kept on growing, and now I'm here.
Yeah, man. So as a serial entrepreneur, I know one of the most important things in building up yourself is building the brand, right? Which you've obviously have created this persona. Where did the name Cha Cha Charlie come from?
So me being Dominican, at practice, I would always dance merengue while I was practicing, doing the bachata. I wanted to incorporate my culture, my heritage into my wrestling. The Rock's dad, Rocky Johnson, was one of my trainers as well. The first name I wanted to go with was El Charlie Bronson, Charles Bronson, but like the Spanish version. So I was like El Charlie Bronson, and then The Rock's dad, he shut that down right away. He was like, "That's stupid. I hate it. I don't like it." And then I was sad. I put my head down. I was like, I really like that name, but then I kept on doing my thing, just training and dancing. And then one of the boys, one of my coworkers, they were like, "Why don't you put Cha Cha in front of it? Cha Cha Charlie." I'm like, "Cha Cha Charlie, Cha Cha Charlie." I love it. It's something that you can't forget. That is gonna stick in your mind. But right after the show is over, you're gonna be saying Cha Cha Charlie. If you like my name or not, you're gonna remember that name, man. And I ran with it.
It sticks.
It sticks. Yeah. It's something that you can't forget. And Cha Cha Charlie is here now.
Yeah. No, I love it. So your son, does he go to every single one of your?
No, he goes to some. Whenever I have like my mom or my family watching him, but he doesn't go to everything. Anything that's local, I'll try to take him. But yeah, right now, since I'm traveling a lot, anything he could go to, I'll try to take him.
You're traveling a lot.
Traveling a lot right now, man.
Wow.
Yeah.
Are you traveling more for the fights or also for some media stuff?
A little bit of both, but mostly for the fights. Yeah, I have a few shows coming up right now. New York City, March 8th. Queens at the Elks Lodge.
Nice.
March 22nd in New Jersey. That's going to be at Ridge Park, New Jersey. I got Austin. Is it Austin, Texas? Texas for Fourth Rope. That's going to be a big one. Fourth Rope is, the company that I went viral with. West Side Gun, Smoke Dizza, shout out to them. with their platform, and with what they're doing with me, it's putting me on the limelight right now.
That's gonna be exciting, man. You're gonna have to give me a list of. I'm gonna end up going to one.
Yeah, yeah,
supporting.
that-
Yeah, that'll be good. I'll bring some of the team members and stuff.
Yeah, yeah. Let me know whenever you guys are ready. Bring the whole team.
Yeah, yeah.
I got you guys.
So this shift, man. I'm gonna go back to that because at age 30, that's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not.
Right. You decide to commit to it, but now you got the work-life balance. You got a certain thing. Your child was just born, so there's a mindset component. How did you deal with juggling all of this stuff?
Trial and tribulations. I dealt with a lot of ups, a lot of downs. There was times that I wanted to quit. There was many times that I wanted to quit. It's not easy, especially at my age, with my child being, autistic, dealing with his situation. I was going through a divorce. Just a lot of stuff was happening that wasn't on my side or my favor. Uh, but when I was wrestling, that was like my free space. That's where I felt more comfortable. That's when I forgot about everything. I was just always in a happy place anytime I was in the ring. Right before the curtains, I always get nervous. It's always nerve-wracking. But once you hit the stage and you see the crowd cheering you, it's the best feeling in the world.
You get that energy, man.
Yeah, that
The high
energy.
frequency is coming in.
You forget everything. You're focused on your match. You're focused on the audience. It's just a different feeling, and it's one of the best feelings in the world. And that's what motivated me to continue. I have a lot of people that are looking up to me right now. My son looks up to me, but there's a lot of kids. A lot of kids. They're big fans of Cha Cha Charlie, and seeing them smile, seeing them happy. That's what makes me do all this afterwards.
So I want to talk about that because some people, they have a lot of kids that follow them, celebrities, athletes, and you have the ability to make different choices, right? Good choices, bad choices. You got the ability to make a choice of leading people in the right direction. What do you want to do with having that opportunity where all these kids are looking up to you? Because you got celebrities out there, man. They know they got tons of kids watching them, and then all of a sudden, they're doing things that it's just like not good for the kids' mindset and whatnot. Like, where do you see yourself leading these children in a positive way?
I want them to see me, like as a role model. I mean, if they have a dream, if this, becoming a wrestler or whatever they want to be when they're growing up, I want to be that guy that says it doesn't matter what time, doesn't matter when you start. If you focus, you put your mind to it, you put in the work, the dedication. I want to be that guy that they say, hey, if Cha Cha Charlie did it, I could do it too, and that and again, making them smile, making them happy. I want to be that guy that the crowd looks up to.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Who is your favorite wrestler growing up?
I was always one of the good guys. I loved Bret Hart. I loved Hulk Hogan, Undertaker. That's my era. Stone Cold, The Rock. Then when Hulk Hogan turned into a bad guy, I cried for that one day, but I instantly became a member of the NWO. Yeah, that's my era. Those are the guys that I used to watch every day when I used to wake up, and those are my guys. Right
And I tell you, man, when we're talking about being a positive light to the children, man, I tell you, in my opinion, The Rock has nailed it.
Yeah.
Right. He was always, just even till today, he's just like his outgoing personality,
Charisma.
charisma, all of that stuff.
Yeah, you gotta have all that. You gotta have charisma. You gotta be likable. If you're a bad guy, you gotta play the role of a bad guy. You gotta make them hate you. But yeah, no, that's what it takes. The Rock is a perfect example of how big he's gotten because of the world of wrestling.
Yeah. All right, here goes the next one, man. Favorite female wrestler growing up?
Growing up, that's a tough one. I want to say Medusa. Because she was a champion for a long time. Medusa is who I grew up watching. So yeah, I'll pick her.
Yeah, I remember China. China was
China was cool.
Yeah.
I like China too.
Yeah.
Yeah, she changed the game. She was a different flavor. She came here. She was beating up everybody, girls, guys. China was the real factor when it was wrestling.
I
Yeah,
remember that. I wasn't too crazy big at wrestling, but my brother, who's 2 years older than me, man, he was all in it. I
Yeah.
mean, my parents would take him and everything. So, I was just like by default always exposed to it. He used to be like dressed like The Rock and everything, did the little eyebrow thing and
yeah.
whatnot.
But wrestling is around everybody. You might not like it, but the person right next to you loves it. Growing up in New York City, growing up in Washington Heights is not the best neighborhood in the world at that time. Um, my friends didn't like wrestling, but guess what? I would put them on the sharpshooter. I would rock bottom them in the bed or outside. Even when I was getting into street fights, I was putting people on wrestling moves.
Wow.
So yeah, I was in a different level.
Yeah. That's amazing, bro. That's amazing. So, what does Cha Cha Charlie do to give back to the community?
I do a lot. Again, since my son is autistic, I'm involved with autism. I go to hospitals. I visit kids. I go to schools. Sometimes I do speeches.
Now, when you go like Cha Cha Charlie out.
Cha Cha Charlie, man.
Yeah.
The hat is everything. The hat is everything. The hat is the gimmick. I won't wrestle if the hat is not there.
And you wear it.
Yeah,
that's
my
part of the
finish
persona.
move.
Yeah.
At the end, if I hit you with the Mangoo splash, the Mangoo splash is a modified frog splash. It's my version. It's with the hat. If I hit you with the Mangoo splash with the hat on, there's no kicking out. 1, 2, 3, game over.
And for the listeners who don't know what mangoo is, explain to them what mangoo.
Mangoo. So it's a plantain. It's a squashed plantain. It's almost like a potato, like smashed potato. But it's the plantain version. It's a Dominican dish where you eat it with onions, salami, queso frito. You could do the eggs, fried eggs.
Give me a napkin. I'm starting to salivate. I'm drooling over here.
I hit you with the tres golpes right there, right quick.
So if you're Dominican, you grow up eating this.
You grow up eating it.
Yeah.
So yeah, mangoo. So basically, my opponent becomes a squash plantain after I hit him with it.
I love it. So what are the next big things for Cha Cha Charlie?
The goal is always to get signed by a major company like WWE, AEW, TNA. That's always the goal. But again, I'm in that stage right now where I am 40 years old. It's now or never for me.
Right.
So I got to do it. I could keep up with the best of them. I could keep up with all the young kids. I'm as good as them or even better. And right now, sky's the limit. I'm running with what I got. And signed or not, I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing, and I'm going to try to make it my way no matter what.
I love that. So, backstage, you were telling me about how you get a lot of support from the people around you, right? In making a commitment that you have at your age, having the full-time job, the family, and everything else, you need people in your circle to support what you're doing. You were talking about your job, right? Is, you traveling and whatnot. So I want the listeners to hear you talk about how they can make it happen, because there's somebody out there who's listening to the podcast that wants to fulfill that dream for their life, that they might be 30 years old. They might be 35 years old. Let's talk about your circle and how they support you.
Yeah, it's about balance, balancing your career, balancing your life, and focusing on what you want and what you really want to do. Because if you want to be anything, you just gotta work hard and push to your goal. The team around me, is supportive. My mom is there for me. My girl's there for me. Even my boss. So Monday through Friday, I have a regular job. I sell insurance, commercial auto, business, homeowners, auto insurance,
Injury insurance?
Injury insurance.
You have every policy for yourself?
I got everything for myself. You have to.
The Aflac?
Yeah. You have to have you have to have it all.
Yeah.
You know, from 9 to 5, I'm selling insurance for Boca Bay Insurance. My boss understands um my main career, my main goal. He's with me. He understands. So he gives me a lot of leeway on focusing on my wrestling because he sees something in me. So thanks to him, I'm able to manage, my regular job and then my wrestling job. Um, and then you have positivity also. A lot of I need positive energy. Positivity is the key to success. You gotta a lot of negative things are gonna come your way, but you just gotta eliminate that some way somehow and just roll with the punches, go and be positive. I think being positive helped me a lot, and that's why I think I'm here where I'm at right
And
now.
keep on pressing
Yeah,
forward, man.
yeah.
Yep. Do you ever see yourself fighting in the Dominican Republic?
Yeah. It's gonna happen. Actually, it's gonna happen pretty soon.
What are the big
The main
leagues out there?
promotion is DWE, which is Dominican Wrestling Entertainment. They're the one that's on TV over there. We're working something out right now as we speak.
Oh, you are?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Where are they based out of? What city over there? Do you
I
know?
think it's the capital,
Okay.
Santo Domingo. Not too sure. Don't quote me on that, but that's where I think. But they're the brand that's on TV. They bring a lot of big names all the time. They've brought Carlito, Caribbean Cool, the Colognes. They've brought a lot of big names, and now with me with having the Dominican people behind my back, I think it's only right to bring me there
Yeah,
soon.
of course. You're doing it for the not just for yourself, for the
Yeah.
country too. For
For the
culture.
country. But with the video that went viral, the comments were going nuts. There's a lot of people who are like, hey, he doesn't even look Dominican, he looks Mexican, because of the hat, because of the way I dance. I'm doing it my way. When I started the because wrestling is not really big in the Dominican Republic. But it's big in Latin America. It's big with the Puerto Rican culture. It's big with the Mexican culture, and I wanted everyone to relate to me. I wanted everyone to like me, not just the Spanish culture, Americans, Europeans, everyone. My goal was to become relatable and have everyone to support me. But now that the Dominican culture is having my back, it's a major plus.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's amazing, man. When you're able to do that for your own people. Growing up, it just clicked, man. My dad was really big into wrestling, but from the DR.
Yeah.
And I guess the person that he used to watch, and the reason why I know this is as we were already older, I was probably like 14, and I'm the youngest out of 4 kids. My dad started ordering online these masks of a wrestler, and he would explain to me, it's like, oh, this was my favorite wrestler growing up, and it was El Santo.
El Santo.
You familiar with El
Yeah,
Santo?
yeah.
And my dad, till today, he has like the real mask. Like he spent a lot of money on it. He's like, oh, this is spectacular. This is, blah, 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 blah. And I couldn't understand it. But until I actually started like researching it, like I get it. I get why he was like so in love with El Santo. It was like really big for him. So, but that was my dad's favorite wrestler growing up in the DR.
Yeah.
That
El
was like a
Santo.
really big thing.
Lo Bronco numero uno, Bronco numero dos. Those are Dominican legends there. And then, of course, Jack Veneno. Jack Veneno was the big, he was the John Cena. He was the Hulk Hogan. So if you mention him, Jack Veneno, I'm sure right away he's going to
He'll
jump
probably
off the
know,
seat.
yeah.
Yeah, there's actually a movie on him that dropped like 4 years ago or something like that before he passed away.
Yeah, my dad was always big into martial arts, man. He was
Yeah.
a black belt kung fu.
Okay.
In the DR. So think about it.
Oh,
It's
wow.
they're not gonna have a lot of kung fu people in the
Yeah,
DR.
yeah.
So and we grew up doing martial arts and everything. My dad was one of the senseis that would help and teach and whatnot. So
Yeah, like
But-
the mask. My goal is for people to see me, but with my hat. They want to get the hat, the cha-cha hat.
yeah.
And the same way your dad, the mask is big.
The boy have the cha-cha hat.
I-
So do you have like custom apparel and stuff that you're
yeah,
doing?
yeah. So the cha-cha hats, hit me up on Instagram, on my social media, or at the events. I bring them at the events.
Nice.
I'll sign them for you. We take pictures, and we'll be dancing and celebrating all night long.
I love it. I love it. So, Cha-Cha Charlie, man, as we wrap up here, if there's one person out there that's listening that can resonate with your story, right? And they want to do something big in life the way that you've done, and you're going to keep on doing it, what's that one thing that you can leave them off with?
Uh focus. Uh focus. Don't ever stop. Don't stop. There's gonna be many reasons that you're gonna want to stop. Um, but if there's something that you really want to do in life, sky's the limit. Push forward. It takes a lot of hard work and dedication. The grinding is what was gonna help you achieve your goals at the end of the day. So always keep pushing. Stay positive. It's all a mental thing, and just push as hard as you can. You never know where how big or how far you could go.
Guys, you guys are hearing it from the guy who has done it himself. The proof is in the pudding. He's doing it. He's doing it big. You're seeing him all over the place. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram. It's Cha Cha Time. My Twitter with X. It's Cha Cha Time. YouTube Cha Cha Charlie TV. Cha Cha Charlie. TikTok is Cha Cha Time. Facebook Cha Cha Charlie. I'm easy to find. Cha Cha Charlie this. Cha Cha Charlie that. And once you hit me up, let me know what's good. And there's going to be one big party, and we will be celebrating and dancing all night long. It's Cha-Cha time.
I love it, brother. Thank you. Thank you. I
Thank
appreciate
you
you
for
coming
having me.
up. Yeah,
Appreciate it.
absolutely. And all those links and stuff, they're going to be down below. Everybody's going to be able to see
Sweet.
it. So, brother, I appreciate you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me. It's an honor. Thank you.
Absolutely. Hey, guys, that was another episode of a Healthy Point of View podcast. I hope you got some good motivation out of this one here. Make sure you share it, subscribe, like, do all that good stuff. Leave all the comments. And again, Cha-Cha Charlie in the house. Until the next one.